So hi guys and welcome to Conspiracy Fridays. I mean Fridays is now kicked out of the system. Saturday will be something different. Okay, so this is made by Nathan Oakley 1980. That's his channel. So let's see his Discord meeting called When the Penny Drops. Outer space is fake. Let's see it.
So full disclosure, I do think that the Earth is a globe.
What's your response?
He's a very brave man that thinks the Earth is a globe. He's literally taking on a whole flat Earth chat. He's brave.
Spider-Man, Daddy. What's your response? If you don't have gravity as a force, then you don't have it. As in, you don't have a sky vacuum.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't have gravity, gas will go away. But gravity does exist. But you flat
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you flat earthers completely dismiss it.
If you think, well, if you're going to say gravity doesn't exist, and if that's the argument, well then you can't have a vacuum next to gas. You can't.
Yeah, Spider Dad is right. If you don't have gravity, then yeah, the sky would be lost to gas. But gravity does exist.
But that raises another problem. That is there infinite air?
Right? No.
How high does it go?
Sorry, your conclusion.
So
let me get it straight. Your conclusion is that you can't have a sky vacuum if entropy is real, which it is. And further to that, you've got some questions. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, your sky vacuum's not real. I couldn't care less about your questions. We've all got questions once we find out that we've been lied to on a massive scale. But you appreciate at a fundamental level that you can't have a sky vacuum. It stands in violation of natural law. So you now
Yeah, because you completely dismissed gravity.
Understand that outer space is fake. You understand and appreciate that. It stands in violation of natural law.
No, he is saying that it can't work if there is no gravity. Anyway, we're not here to debunk what he thinks Spider Dad is saying. We're here to debunk his points of how space is fake, because it's real.
It stands in it stands in violation of natural law.
That's right. Outer space is fake. It stands in violation of natural law.
Okay, we'll just skip his theme song because we don't want that.
So
we just want to get to debunking.
Disclosure, I do think that the Earth is a globe. Even on the globe, when we send a weather balloon up, we see the gas pressure go constantly down.
What would happen with a balloon in space? The balloon would expand and explode, and the gas would go in all directions. Now we have a heliocentric model.
Yes, that's true. Nothing wrong with that.
That tells us we are a ball of gas in space.
Whoa. We are a ball of gas in space. No, the atmosphere is the gas. I guess what he's trying to say is that the atmosphere will expand. Well, I mean, the edge of our atmosphere, the boundary, some of it does dissolve away to space, but gravity's holding it down. Plus, the balloon and atmosphere are different. The balloon's boundary is the rubber, so there's the air is inside. The Earth, the air is outside. Plus, the Earth is not rubber, and gravity is pulling the air down. Now you might be like, aha! See, the pressure is stronger than gravity. That means gravity doesn't exist. Gravity is actually the weakest force, or one of the weakest forces. But it is still strong that it can hold the gas in, even very fast, and make big planets. Just weaker than the others.
So I have another point which I would like to counter to the fact that gas goes in all directions.
So you just want to totally disregard that you.
Oh no! This is an answer to this. Don't worry. So if you use relative density to explain gas relative to a vacuum, then you have a difference between 0 and the density of gas, which means that
yes, okay, Spider Daddy, that's correct.
That the gas would go down.
How are you containing that gas?
Yeah, the gas would go down because it's more dense. That means it has more gravity than space, and Earth has a lot of mass, and the gas has a bit more mass than space. So it also has a good gravitational pull. It's very little though, so they attract each other. But the Earth is much stronger, so like the air is not having much of an influence as Earth as Earth having an influence on gas. Hope you caught all that.
Sorry, what I don't know what you're talking about. What's the Karman line?
Wait.
Sorry, all
Hey,
I've got
I
is...
like that.
So I just want to answer to my question. What's the Karman line? You said it's arbitrary. That's as much as I got as a description for what this is.
It is what we've defined as the boundary between the atmosphere and space.
Boundary? Sorry. Boundary?
Yes, a boundary when the atmosphere comes soulless, then the atmosphere is more space than the atmosphere. Because then it's not considered an atmosphere anymore. Yes, there's a boundary.
Yeah, well, it's not a
Sorry,
physical thing. It's
mate,
literally just
sorry.
the point where we consider it to be space and not atmosphere anymore.
What's a boundary?
Yeah, what Spider Daddy said.
Bad word, boundary. Don't. But
I mean,
Excuse me, whoever's talking. Hello, whoever's talking. Shh. What's a boundary?
like a limit, a border. It's not a physical thing. Do you want me to say that it's a container?
I'm asking you.
I think he
Of
wants
course
you to
he
say.
does.
I think he wants you to say it's imaginary, and I imagine that it's real.
But it's not imaginary. It's real. Because there is a there is a boundary where the atmosphere ends and the space starts. It's not like a boundary that Nathan's thinking like there's a lid that's preventing you to stop. I think when he meant by physical, like a hard thing that you can't get past. It's physical. It's air. And I don't know about you, but I think air is pretty soft. If air is hard in where you are, then get out of there. Like hard as solid, get out of there. Which this place doesn't exist unless if you're trapped in ice. Cause like ice is frozen gas because it became liquid, then ice. Anyway, I'm just rambling on to random things now.
Oh, like
So,
spiders.
okay, fine. What's on one side of this imaginary arbitrary barrier?
One side is the sky, and the other side is space.
So funny.
On one side is atmosphere,
And what's on the other side? And what's on the other side of it?
Nothing in inverted commas. Nothing.
It's not a sky vacuum called outer space, the most powerful vacuum known to man, according to the religion of sky vacuums and spheres in them. It's not just nothing. It's 10 to the minus 17 Tor vacuum, according to your religion. Do you want to try again?
I mean, yeah, but okay. I said it's nothing, which is a vacuum.
No, it's not. That's a violation of natural law. You see, you'd need a boundary for the gas pressure to press upon, otherwise it would expand rapidly in all directions and fill that available volume. It's called entropy. It's the second law of thermodynamics. So no.
Again, gravity's pulling it down. Okay, and as you go down, the air weighs down on air, so it gets heavier and it stays on the earth, along with gravity. And yes, occasionally some gas particles escape to space.
No, it's not a vacuum.
Okay.
Definitely not a vacuum. The sky is not a vacuum because the gas we're breathing would fill the space by way of entropy. Increase.
Remember the balloon, Spider? Remember
Yes.
you said the balloon would explode? Yeah. But we have atmosphere here on Earth. The balloon didn't explode. So we are not in space.
Right, but the balloon does explode in real life, doesn't it?
It does. So
Just a
before
point of order.
okay, quick
Just
question.
a point of order, Your Honor.
Quick
Just
question.
a point of order, Your Honor.
Go on.
He said that we define space as the Karman line. Who is we?
I don't know who defined the Karman line. I must admit that.
Okay, well, the U.S. military and NASA do not consider the Karman line space. That's just a point of order, Your Honor. You may continue the questioning.
Okay, so the balloon, as it's rising up, before it explodes,
No, it doesn't consider the Karman line in space, but it does know, NASA, that there is a line where it goes to space.
why doesn't the gas that's inside that balloon fill the space?
Oh. Sorry, what was that? I missed that.
The balloon example. What's stopping the gas, the helium inside the balloon, from filling the available volume prior to it exploding? What's stopping the gas from filling the space?
The
Gravity. Although some air will escape to the space.
The rubber and the pressure of the air outside.
So, to have the helium contained, it needs
We're talking about when the balloon is contained, what's stopping it? Yeah, he's right.
needed something around it, like a balloon, to stop
When I
it.
say right, I mean Spider Daddy here, who's fighting Nathan, not Nathan. Of course, never Nathan. Of course, not Nathan. Never Nathan. Unless if he becomes a round earther.
Expanding in all directions, correct?
And the pressure of the air outside it.
So,
Because
okay.
as the air pressure drops, the balloon becomes too weak and can no longer contain it.
So the container fails and the gas fills the space.
Yeah, that's basically it. Some stay in the Earth's atmosphere, while most of it goes to space, because it's in space. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
And what's the container around Earth to stop the same thing happening?
Well, see, I would now have to answer that there is no container, and that the thing that stops the gas from going away is gravity.
Gravity, yeah. Thank you.
But I don't like to. I mean, I'm playing into your hand here. If I say gravity, the next point is going to be...
You just need to leave a pause at the end of your statement. So playing into my hand, I'm not giving a just so story here, you are. So gravity...
No, gravity is stopping it from going. And since gravity is there, there's not necessarily a lot of force to go. Let me restart. Yeah, gravity is pulling it down, and as you go down, the air weighs more. So the only top layer gets the little shaved off, while the others, they weigh down.
Nathan, I don't like to mention gravity because it is difficult to talk about gravity.
No worries, mate.
Because
no worries. What's that? What's gravity?
Right. See, but the thing is, I know the whole story. I know from gravity and to.
What's gravity? Well, it's a force that pulls you down to an object that has mass, to the center of it. That's why we don't fly off into space.
Well, okay, I'd say it's an acceleration. It's a force, but of course it's not a force. It's an effect of something.
It is a force.
You see, I know where you're going, but
isn't it interesting to think about the limits of why does it stop there then? Why does it stop there? Where else does it present?
Hold on, Preston. Sorry, I'm asking you.
There.
Sorry, mate. Mate, I'm going to summarise your point. Please, can you stop talking through me? Thank you. You said that the reason it doesn't do exactly as described by the balloon is because of a force that's gravity, but you know where I'm going, that it's not a force, it's an effect. So you understand that this non-force isn't holding gas here then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I I'm pretty sure it does, but the point is, I know
No,
I
no,
can't.
stop.
I know I can't.
Stop.
I know I can't
Stop.
fight with you on it.
Stop.
because-
Don't stop.